All right, guys, so let's continue. What I will do, right, I'm just gonna copy this code and let's get back to the our schema, right? Where is the schema? Not a schema, but the, let's see, where we're gonna utils, maybe in the utils we can add it somewhere here, right? And then the slug, right? Where was the slug? Not slug, but the add to cart page where we having this error, right? So let's see. So this is the slug page. Let me close all this, right? Then I'm gonna figure out where is that. There is so many codes, even I start forgetting now. So you have to be very careful. Okay, where we're gonna add that. I mean, now we can use anywhere, right? Wherever there is an error, we can use. Not a problem. But I just want to put it in the right place. Okay. So what we have done study is basically add the slug, right? I mean, that is the details of the page. Okay. Then we have a cart, shopping cart, right? Okay, that will go in the, when you click the item, like the details of the shopping cart. Okay, so we go here, right? Okay, so where is that page? Just give me a second. Okay, let me figure out. So in the products log, so here we're gonna get the add to cart, and then from the component, right? It will be in the component. Okay, here cart action. Okay, so let's look at the action, right? Cart action. Yeah, this place. Okay, so remove from the remove item from the cart we have there. Even here, right, we can use that. So let's import it. Import format error. Okay, so that is the name. All right, so let's use that now, right? I'm gonna just use it in maybe one place somewhere. Here I'm gonna use success is false. It started just to avoid the error, right? We pass the message. Okay, but now we can just call our format like in the message, right? We're gonna call our function. Okay, and we pass the error, right? Because it needs some data. Okay, some kind of data, right? And same thing we can do in other place also. Here format error, and we can pass the error message. So this function will take the error, right? This will take the error. If you look at here, okay, it will gonna take the error and then check if that error has name called this. If that is the case, then it will just return this, right? Error.errors, whatever the error field.path has, right? And the error message inside there. Okay, that's what it will be returning. If the error name has validation error, then it will just construct again the new, right? It will just find that error object.keys. So see these things. Okay, this error, whatever we receive from here, right, depends on the validation error name. Okay, they have different properties in the inside because they are object, right? And they have different information. Okay, you have to look at, if you want to look at the details, when there is error, right, you can check, just console log this error and see what we get right here, like console log, simply this error, and you will see the object and property inside that object, right? So this is the constructor object.keys, that is a property name, and you're gonna find from here, right? Like error.errors. That will be the property name, right? And then if that is array, then you map through that and then just add all the message, right? Okay, in the error message, and then return that message. So sometimes, error has many things inside, so it will put in the array, right? Array. So you have to look at that also, and just map through and display. But basically, just formatting the error, right? Nothing else. Okay, so that is all, right? Let's stop. Let's go to the next thing. Okay, basically today class, right? Shopping cart page. Okay, so shopping cart page means the details, right? Details of the page. Okay, so first thing what we're gonna do is create the currency formatter, right? Like you're gonna have amount there. If the amount is number or string, based on that information, right, you want to format that currency. So I need a function, right? So let's take this function to format currency. I'll just put in the utils here. So the currency formatter, we need one more function, right? Or maybe that's the object, not function, but object, right? So that object is here. So see what this object does, right? Let's put it above of this so that it is available, right? So see, this object has, see, there is an Intel constructor function, right? And inside we're gonna find number format function. Okay, so new, remember when you have new construct, right? New thing means you create a new object. I will provide the key here, like value, right? In US, like USD. So when you have this one, okay, when you have something like this, you can return this object, right? Basically it currency is USD, style is currency, and a minimum fraction digit is 2, right? So there is already built inside JavaScript. Okay, if you go to the browser, right, and look at here, like console, you can check also, right? Like new see, this is the one. Okay, from there you're gonna find other stuff, right? Number format, and then this will be taking other like information, right? You have to pass like some of the value, right? Okay, so that's how it works. So just this function, or basically object, gonna have format function, right? And based on this design, it will format the value. Okay, so if the type of amount, like we're gonna get amount, right? We're gonna call this currency and we just provide the amount. If the type of amount is number, then just return it, right? By using this currency format function, formatter.format function, right? And pass this amount, pass the amount you get. If the type is string, maybe sometimes you get this number in form of string, right? Then else if type of amount is string, then you just use that again format, but this time you use the number function to convert amount into number, right? And then format it. Okay, if that number is not like form of string or maybe number, then just return it like not a number, right? Like that. So this will make sure we are formatting our amount properly, right? Okay, then that is all. Okay, for the format, right? So our format currency function is ready. We're going to use this later. The next step is like second one, right? So install the table component from shadcn. So we want to have like a table, right, where you're going to display the list of item. Like number one item will be image, some description of the item, the quantity, all that, right, information you're going to display. Similarly, we need table for that, so we're going to use our shadcn, right, component for table. So let's find that. shadcn has nice table. So if we go to the get started, right, and let's find the table here somewhere, this one. Okay, so see, the example here, right? Invoice, status, method, amount, that is the head section. Then our cart items, okay, card items we're gonna map through and display like this, right? But here will be more things like the cart, basically the add to cart, or I think increase, decrease. We already have the component for that, right? We're gonna add that component here. So because I want to display the numbers with plus, minus, increase and decrease, right? Somewhere here, okay? But just imagine the spreadsheet, the table, right? And we're gonna have the box here with total amount and button to proceed for the payment, right? So let's install this quickly. Install, right? npm, you know. So now the shadcn table is installed, right? If you go to the component UI, you will find that table here. Okay. So this table is returning, if you look at now, right? This is a component, built-in already component. This will give you the table component, header, table body, table footer, table head, table row, table cell, table caption. Okay. So if you have studied HTML table, right, before, there also you have table, like table HTML, then you have table head, then table row, then table, like head row, yeah, the row, and then you can have table column, right? Different columns inside the one row. Okay. Similarly, start the table body and you define the each row, right, of the item. So we're gonna use all this component, or basically tag, right? We call it tag or component, to display our table. So it's exporting, we're gonna import later, right? So the next thing, what is the next step now? Create a cart from the component, right? I mean, create basically cart list component. Okay, where we're gonna create that? Inside the cart. First, we're gonna add the cart form file, right? And then there we're gonna create the component. Okay, so let's go back and create one file, cart.-form, or you can name it anything. Okay, so see, the cart is here. This page, when you go to the cart details, right? Let me start npm run dev, right? So we have shopping cart. When you click on that shopping cart, we hit this page. Okay, but we don't want to write all the code here, right? Because the tables and other stuff might have the click action. Okay, so that will be front end, the client side, right? So always separate client side from the server page. Okay, so this is server page. You want to keep it client page separate, right? Or component. Okay, so here we can create one file. We can add all the code here, but before that, let's go to the live view, right? Okay, so right now there is nothing. If you go and add something in the shopping cart, right? Let's add to shopping cart. Okay, I don't know why it's not working. Yeah, something went wrong, guys. What happened? Okay, just not working. So that's the problem. But see, if I click this, right? If I click this, we hit that shopping cart page. Okay, that's the cart, right? And there is a page inside. So something went wrong. I don't know why it's not working. Okay. Add to cart. It's not adding, right? If I log in, let's try to log in, right? Okay, but when I log in, I can see again, right? So there is some issue I have to figure out. Okay, but let's not worry about the issue. We have the cart. Okay, when I click this cart, right, I hit the shopping cart page, and here we're going to display the list like from the cart, right? So when I'm not logged in, I'm not able to add, right? Yesterday it was working, but I don't know why not working again. So I hope I'm in the right folder, right? Yeah. So I will figure out that. Okay, for now, let's leave it. Let's continue our shopping cart page. Before we, before we add the component here, we have to build our table component, right? So the cart, here in the cart form, we're going to start. So let me get the code and then continue. So here is a lot of code, right? Not a lot, but still a lot. Okay. Remove item from cart and add item to cart, right? So import, remove item from cart, add item to cart, right? Coming from the same cart action. Okay. So let's look at here. If I say use router, right? This is the next navigation function. Use toast is coming from use toast, which we installed yesterday. Use transition coming from the React, right? Use transition we use yesterday also, because when you have the network, basically like some kind of time taking work, right? Then you want to make sure you put in the use transition function, which will take the callback function, right? And there will be like pending state, and after that do something, right? If the transition is true, move to the next step, like that. Okay, so it is kind of asynchronous functionality, right? It will do all the work step by step. So we have next link, we have image from the next image, you have button from the UI button, right? Cart item, what is this now, right? This is our types for the cart items, right? Remember the types from the cart items, so we know that one. Remove item from cart, this is the component we have in our cart action built in. Add items to the cart, also we created yesterday, right? We have in the cart action file. If you go there, you will find, right? So if you go to the cart action, you have all that function. Remove items from cart, we know that we have done yesterday. And add 2 items to the cart, right? Because removing and adding, even in the details page, there will be the button, to click and add and remove items. You can do that, right? That's why we're going to need that function, and it's good thing we have built separately. Okay, so you can use wherever you need, right? Let's look at now, the cart is the schema, right? Basically the types from the Prisma also give you type if there is the schema, right? If any schema you have inside the Prisma will always give you type for that one. Okay, so we're going to need that cart also, right? Type. So we just imported here. Now we have some icons from the Lucid React, like loader, minus, plus, arrow right. These are some icons from the Lucid React. And the format currency also, right? Which we just have added in our lib utils, right? Okay. Now we install the table. We install the table component from the shadcn. So we just import that, right? You can go back and just copy from, like shadcn. This is the one I just copied, right? That's the one. Okay. And see how table work now. You have the main component always, table, then table caption, maybe we don't need header, like first line, right? This is the header of the table, like header section. Okay. And there you can have one row and the many column, right? So look at this table header component is gonna have table row, and the row gonna have 4 header, basically table head, right? That is column. This is table head, table head, table head, table head. That's the column, right? So this is like a header section, top section, right? And then we have table body. Inside you're gonna have many rows. Okay, so this is the table row, right? And then in the table row you define your cell, table cell. So table cell is basically, this is the first cell, second cell, third cell, fourth cell for one row. Okay, this is for one row, right? So our data is inside the items of the cart. What we do is we map through that. Okay, and this process, the body, this table row will be repeat the times of the map, right? Like how many items in the array it will repeat. This process will repeat. Every item will be displayed their details, right, with all this cell. So that is the idea of a table. So let's go back to our code and try to understand now. So we have the table imported, the UI from card. Okay, so we card and card content also, right? This is also shadcn UI card. We need that later to create a card, right? So now is card form. This is just the component, right? Card form is a component, export default card form, nothing else. Okay, this function will take the cart, right? So what is cart now? The cart is our database ID, user ID, session cart ID, items, which is gonna have all our items of the cart, item price, shipping price, because this is the cart schema, right? We're gonna send the cart here, you're gonna receive cart, right? Just imagine that's the type of cart. Okay, so cart, if there is a cart, you have this type, right? This means if there is a cart, right, this will be the type. Okay, now thing is use router we're gonna need later, so that's what you call the use router, stored in the variable router, right? Toast you're gonna need maybe later, we just call it use toast, like that. Now the use transition, right, is pending and transition. This function will return what? The array, same like use state, right? So we destructure that. There is two things. One is the state, like is pending state, true or false, right? Boolean. So when false, it will do something else. When true, the transition will start, right? So that is Boolean, true and false. But this is the function again, right? To start the transition. So it will take another function, and inside that function, we do our work, right? So see the problem now, right? With this card, we have this item, okay? And this item is, like in form of JSON value, right? So we cannot use that directly. So that's why we have to, like destructure it, or we can call it like convert it, right? So let's say cart item is coming from that cart items, right? If there is cart, that should be something look like this, cart item, right? Like this, okay? And why we need cart item? Because we're gonna map through that, and then we're gonna, like display there, right? All the items from the cart item. So that's why we need that. So we, from our shopping cart, we just pull out that here. But see, yeah, okay, it's okay. I mean, the cart item we have, right? We get that items from the cart, and this item looks like this array of object, right, which has name, image, product ID, slug, quantity, price, right? These are the things inside the object cart item array object, right? Inside there will be many items. Okay, so cart item is an object, but object from the array. Okay, so now we're gonna return the UI, right? Like how it should look. That is all here. First, we on the top we say shopping cart. Just display shopping cart, right? With the class name padding 4, h2 bold, something like that, right? That is fine. If now we're gonna add some logic here, right? If no cart or cart items dot length is equal to 0, because this is an array and there is no item inside, right? Then we're gonna display this div. Cart is empty and link to shop, just go to home page, right? Something like that. Okay, that is all. Next, let's say there is item in the cart, right? There is a cart and there is an item in the cart, means it will move to the second one, right? Like if that is true, we'll do this part. If that is false, so if there is a cart and we're making no cart, right? So that will be false. Just imagine if this is false, you will move to the second one, okay, here. So now we have simply two div, right? Inside there is a table table header, and header gonna have one row gonna have item, quantity, price. These are the things we're gonna add in the table head, right? Now we have the total table body. Inside the body, we're gonna take this array of items, cart items, and then map through that. Mapping means for loop, right? Same for loop. You're gonna get each item that is cart item, right? This is just the object, okay? This item is just the object cart item, not the array, but just simple object, right? So if let's say here cart item is as like items inside the array, right? We call it like cart items in the array or object in the array, right? But here is just the simple one object from that item, okay? So we just call it, okay, it will be something like this. It's gonna have name, image, product ID, slug, quantity, price, right? That is all, okay? So now table row, you must, when you have the what do you call that, let's say loop, right? Or the key, sorry guys, I forgot the word. When you map through the array, you're gonna have many items, right? So when you have many items displaying, you must provide the key for each item, okay? So there will be many rows, okay? So in that case, you must give a key to the top level, right? So this table row will be many times, depends on how many items inside, right? That's how it's gonna run. The times of item inside, if there is 5 items, table row will be 5 times running, right? So that we have 5 line of items, okay? So key, you just give the item slug as a key, and table cell means each column, right? The first column will be image, okay? In the table cell, right? That's the image. So image source will be item dot this item dot image, item dot name, all and width, height of the image and all that, right? Then after that you have item name. After image you just give the item name, right? That is first table cell is close here. Second table cell is start, right? Now it's the button. So disable pending, like let's say disable pending means basically you don't want to show this, right? But this is basically pending, maybe false in the beginning, okay? Maybe false, right? That is false. Variant outline, type button, on click, you have callback function and you call your start transition, right? So when you click the button, that is in the second cell, okay? That is, we're just adding button, right? You're gonna have a callback function again in the transition. Remove item from cart, okay? The first on the left side is remove item, right? And it's gonna have like minus button, okay? It's same what we have done yesterday. So we calling remove items in the left side button, and then in the middle there is a quantity. On the right side button gonna have the plus item, right? Like when you click plus, that is like add item to the cart function, okay? So that is what we are doing right here. So that is the second cell, right? And table cell, that will be last one, will be the item price. Okay, so close the table body, then close the table, right? Done. After that, after this div, right, you can have second div. Inside you have cart component. It's gonna have content, right? So the content is something like a, the price, right? Let's say you want to display the price. So how we gonna display the price, right? Or maybe, okay, let me check shop total, right? That is the total quantity. So cart items, remember same cart items, you map through that, or reduce, right? You want to add now so the things is same. In the reduce you have accumulator, first item gonna have 0 value. Then this is the each item, right? Each item quantity you adding to the first one, okay? This is each item in this cart items array. Reduce function gonna take another function, and that function will do the job. Inside Inside that function, there is two property. First property is the accumulator. We call it the value where you store the whatever value, right? But right now a is 0 initial value, but soon we start the reduce function, right? It will get first item, take that item quantity, add to the a, add to 0. C will be second item, again add whatever quantity there, right, to the a in the total. Okay, so that's how we get subtotal, right? Let's see. So we're gonna get some quantity, right, in the subtotal here. And after that, here we just call the format currency and you pass the amount, right? Okay, just pass the amount also. The cart dot items price. So where is the cart now? Here on the top. Should be, where is that? Where is our function, guys? Like here, right? This is the one. Okay, that's the cart. Okay, so from the cart has many things, like items is there. So item price, shipping price, tax price, total price. Okay, look at this total price. So cart dot, we're gonna get the price, right? Go back here. So item, we get the item, format the price, item price, fine, that is okay. So you have the quantity and the price, right? After that, we have the button. So this button, we start transition. And what we're going to do is router.push to the sign in page. So here, basically this button is like, go to this, when you click that button, right, it will take you to the shipping, let's call it, what we're going to call that, not shipping address, but payment, right? I think move to the payment page. Okay, so I have to find the right word, but we have to do some logic here also, like if the user is logged in, then only it will go to the payment. If not, you're going to redirect to the login page, right? Because you cannot just pay without login. Okay, you must log in, right? So that's the thing, we have to add some logic here that is pending. Fine, so we done, right? That is all we have. Like proceed to checkout, this is the word, but this here will be like proceed to checkout page. But after logic, we're gonna have to write some logic here, right? If user is logged in, then straight move to the proceed checkout page. If not logged in, then you send to the login page, right? And after login, you redirect to the checkout page. So okay, so now we have the cart form, right? We're gonna display this in our page because the thing load is page. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, and also from the page we have to get the shopping cart and give to the cart form, right? Because this component is looking for the cart item cart. This is the props we have to pass to this component. Okay, so that is all we're gonna do here. Let me just get the code, copy that, and I'll just place it here. So get my cart, right? Because remember the component which we have, cart form, is going to need that cart item. So we must get that. Let me import again. Get my cart, and also import this app name, right? Import app, I think, name from leave constant, right? So we even adding the export const metadata, it's just title, right? So that this title will be like shipping or shopping cart, okay, with the name of the app, right? Which we have in our, you can find in the leave constant page. Okay, just the one simple line of string. Cart item, we get a cart item, right? We get from the leave types, we can get that. This is basically the object, right? And then cart is the type for the schema, right? Our cart schema, which we can receive from Prisma client. because if there is schema in Prisma client, you have a type for that also. You can get that to use, right? Cart form is the form we just built right here. Okay, we got all that. We make a metadata so that when you open this page, right, the title will be this title, not from the layout. Or if there is no title here in this local page, then the parent title which is in the layout will be added, right? But it's good to have each page must have their own title. Okay, now here cart type, what we're gonna do, right, we're gonna say omit the items from there, right, and add again items in form of cart item array, right? So that's what we are trying to do. Now cart type will be like this, right? Even here it's showing like Prisma JSON value still, but later will be useful, right? So we must add this line of code. I think it's only problem in MongoDB. I think in the Postgres will be little different, right? Slight different. Just have to make sure how the schema work there, right? Or how the type checking work there. Okay. So the cart page, now this is our component async. This is simple functions returning that page, right? We're gonna get the cart from get my cart await, so that you have that cart stored in this cart variable. If no cart, throw the error. Now, right, see, we have to send this cart. Okay, this cart, whatever we get, right, we have to send that. So we must first like validate with our type, right? So the parse cart is this type. You can name it here anything. Okay, validated cart something, right, is this type, and you destructure it. Like here you destructure it everything, and then you add items again, right? Inside here, even there is items, you replace it with whatever cart dot items again. Okay, just do it, right, so that there will be no error. We have done, I think, a couple of places also in before component, right? We have done that already. And then return your cart form. So this cart form, see, when this page load, what gonna happen? This cart form is going to load, right? And this cart form is going to get the data which we just prepare it. Okay, simply the cart from our database, but after validating, right? After not validating, but after type checking. Okay, make sure so that there will be no error, right? So fine, we're sending this cart form now. Let's go back and check, right, in our page. Look at here, we have 2 items in our shopping cart, and you see this, right? So that is shopping cart, h1 heading tag, and if there is item, let's remove, right? Let's remove this. So you can, when you remove, it should work, right? When you remove gone, right? So cart is empty, go for shopping cart, right? Go to shopping. Okay, go to shopping. Here I'm gonna take this out, right? This is just the, now you can add, just add the item in the shopping cart. You can go back, check another items, add to shopping cart. Now you can go to the details. You just click here, right? You reach to this details shopping cart page. Now proceed to payment. Okay, so you see that count here, right? There is total count from this cart. You can increase and it should update now, right? So total items is 3, increase that, and the price is also changing, right? Okay, so when we click this, right now it will take us to the login page, right? But we are already logged in. Sign in. Okay, sign in page, right? So let's see what is here now. In the auth, sign in, right? That's the one, sign in, no space. Okay, so you must put that page, but the logic will change there. Okay, best depends on the like user is logged in or not, right? Because remember, we have created the app to work in even when it is not logged in. We should be able to add items in the shopping page, right? But only time when you start proceed to payment, then must logged in. Okay, so there should be some condition before, and it should take if user is authenticated or not, all that things. So, and it is in the client side, so I have to look at how to configure all that. Let's see here. So sign in, okay. Simply SIGN, right? And in, so that it will not give error for now. Proceed to checkout. And I mean, we get to the login page, but if we are already logged in, you don't have to go here. We will go to the proceed to checkout page now, and there will be like the steps, right? Normally you see in the proceed to checkout page, you're going to see like first step. There are only 2 to 3 steps, like add the shipping address. Then I think I have to check what are the steps, right? We have to figure out that. So if you, let's say if you log in, right? I don't know what is that. I'll just add something, right? Maybe. So it will add to cart. It will, here it's going to ask me to log in, right? So I can just use, maybe just log in. There is no information, so I'll just go to Google account, log in with my account, right? Continue. So go to cart here, and you're going to see some items here, right? You're going to see all that. So if I apply, okay, if I go to proceed to checkout, right? It will, I have already shipping address, everything saved here, but it should ask us like shipping address, then next move to the next step, and finally make a payment, right? So that's what we're going to implement for tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow class. And also I'm going to check why it's not working, right? When I'm not logged in, I should be able to add, right? Even it should display the message, right? So we have to figure that out. Okay, so I have to figure out why it's not working. Go to cart, add to cart, and basically not adding, right? So all right, guys, thank you very much, and we will continue next step tomorrow. See, my plan is to finish up to the at least complete payment process, right? We're going to integrate all the payments, maybe Strappy payment, we can implement that and do the checkout, right? So up to that point, we're going to finish this week. If not done, I will do maybe Saturday one video I'll post, so that on the weekend you guys can work, right? So the next week, when we do DevOps, there will be not like a lot of coding, okay? There is like reading, understanding, and if you have the Docker, right, experimenting, okay, a little bit of experiment. So in that free time, you guys can still work, right? That's the plan. Okay, thank you.